There are a lot of different types of firefighters, but I would say that the one thing that should be consistent amongst all of them is that they are paid fairly. Now, for wildland firefighters in particular, under the infrastructure law, they had a pay increase. That pay increase was to bring them up to industry standard. And in addition, that pay increase was not permanent. What is needed to actually make that happen is a separate piece of legislation, which is what we have here. This particular piece of legislation would change the pay scale, recoup pay, and a few other things. It was introduced on the Senate side. Obviously, she's no longer in office, but it was also introduced in the House. A bipartisan piece of legislation, and I would assume, assumptions are always dangerous, I know that it'll be reintroduced. And that brings me to my next point, is in tomorrow's GovHub newsletter, we will have a action form, a little letter that you can send to your representatives telling them to sponsor the legislation, to pass the legislation, etc. Or perhaps more accurately in this case, reintroduce the legislation. So head to that link in bio. Let's make pay increases for wildland firefighters permanent.